Greetings and welcome to week 13. This week we're going to continue our study of the Millennium Development Goals by focusing on goals 3 and goals 4. Goal 3 is to promote gender equality and empower women. Number 4 is to reduce child mortality. The big questions that we're going to ask this week. Last week we spoke of why is it so difficult to make change in the international system, effective change, and ease the suffering of the millions, possibly billions of people who on a daily basis fight to meet their needs and the needs of their families. Why is it so hard to make the change? This week we're going to change our focus a little bit and we're going to say, okay, we know things are difficult and it's hard to make change, but if we could make a change, which one would we make? And you're going to think of the first 4 Millennium Development Goals when answering that question. And one of the things that you'll focus on is women. And many indicators say that if you improve the lives of women, then the rest of society will become stronger, become more efficient, become more effective, and just become better overall. So we're going to take a look at the role that women play in society and what effects the betterment of women's lives may have on the international community. For the situation brief, we're going to focus on India. And last week we looked at India's launching of a long-range missile that's capable of carrying nuclear weapons, and it's capable of reaching China's 2 major cities, Beijing and Shanghai, 2 largest cities. And so we're going to look at the rise of India. We've already looked at the rise of China, and the question there is, can 2 giant countries with over 1 billion people each both rise and become economically much more powerful, and hence militarily the possibility is there to become more powerful? Can those 2 giants rise side by side? They have a 3,000 kilometer border. Can they rise side by side peacefully? That is the question for the week when looking at our situation brief and focusing specifically on India. This week, for the meeting on Monday, May 7th, we're going to do our geography quiz on Eastern Europe, 21 countries. But also this week, I'm introducing the 22 countries of Western Europe. So take a look at the list and make sure that you're working on those countries. And that test will be on Monday, May 14th. Finally, one of the best parts about my time at the Fletcher School at Tufts University was interacting with my classmates and learning from them and experiencing vicariously through them the lives that they lead. And so this week, you're going to be introduced to 2 of my classmates. Mandeep Janeja is the head representative for the United Nations Population Fund in the country of Vietnam. And she is going to speak to you this week on Millennium Development Goal number 3. Jonathan Veitch is in Kyrgyzstan, and he is the head of UNICEF in Kyrgyzstan. And so he is going to talk to you about Millennium Development Goal number 4. And as we go through the next 2 weeks, weeks 14 and weeks 15, we will meet more of my former classmates and see the role that they play in the international system, working for the United Nations and other organizations, and how they're working to improve the world and to reach the Millennium Development Goals. So, to recap, 1, we know that it's hard to make change in the international system. If you could make one, which would you choose? And we're going to look closely at the 4 Millennium Development Goals that we've dealt with so far in this unit. But that's the question. If you could make one change, what would you make? 2, can India and China rise side by side peacefully? Is that possible, and what are the implications for the international system of 2 giants rising side by side? 3, geography of Eastern Europe for Monday, May 7th, and the 22 countries of Western Europe for Monday, May 14th. Finally, you're going to have the opportunity to watch 2 brief lectures from former classmates of mine from the Fletcher School in Law and Diplomacy. It's Monday. It's not Monday morning. It's Wednesday morning. It's rainy. Let's have a good week. I look forward to seeing you online. Take care.